Hello, Year 9. Welcome back. Today we're going to have a look in depth of how to fill in a production plan, and I have already started. And what we're going to do is I'm just going to go through all the information that needs to be put onto this plan. First and foremost is you're going to make sure that your production plan says pizza up the top here. Obviously, you're going to put in your homemade pizza or design task pizza here. You're going to put in the date. And then the idea is that we're going to write in detail all the steps that we need to do from the time we enter in the kitchen to the time we leave. And production plans, or work plans as they're called, come in handy when we're doing prac exams, SACs, any kind of assessment. And this is also an assessment. Okay, so the each row is a step, okay, across, and or a task that you will have to do. Okay, so each one is a task. So you do them one after the other. Each column has its different heading, okay, and we're going to fill it in accordingly. So the very first thing that we do when we come into the kitchen is we'll put away our books. We will wash our hands, we'll put on an apron, and if we have long hair, we'll pull that up out of the way. Okay, so we don't have any ingredients for that, but we do have equipment. So we have apron, hair tie, soap, and hot water. Okay, and what is the health and safety consideration? So the idea is that we're going to stop the spread of germs. All right, so I've estimated that that's going to take 5 minutes. The reason why it sounds like such a long time is because when we're at school, we have a whole class of students doing exactly the same thing at exactly the same time. So there's always going to be a little bit of congestion. Okay, so things are going to take a little bit longer. So the next thing I've done is I've started on the next step, and I have referred to the recipe that was in your student booklet, and I'm looking at the pizza dough recipe. Okay, so I have that open on my other screen, and I'm just looking at that, and I'm going, okay, what do I need to do? So the very first thing on that in the method says heat oven to 200 degrees Celsius, then lightly oil oven tray. So the ingredient I need is the oil, and the equipment I need are the oven trays. And I can always leave the health and safety considerations for later, and I think I will. I want to just try and get all this filled in first. So the next step is to collect ingredients. So I could combine these tasks together, these steps together. Okay, so I'm going to preheat my oven to 200 degrees. I'm going to get my tray done, and then I'm going to collect my ingredients. Okay, and so then in the ingredients list, I would actually have to list them. Okay, so I would actually have to go through and list the ingredients that I need in the quantities. So that's where the recipe comes in handy. So I need 2 teaspoons of baking powder. I need 2 cups of flour. I need half a teaspoon of salt. I need 60 grams of butter, and I need half a cup of milk. Okay, so I would list all this in here next to collect ingredients, and I would specify the quantity. Okay, because once you've specified it once, you don't need to specify it again. Then equipment, you'll need obviously bowls, measuring cups and spoons, etc., etc. Okay, and then on the next one down here is probably where you're going to actually start doing stuff. Okay, so and then that would be the very first one there says place flour, baking powder, and salt in a large bowl. Okay, so a slow typer. Okay, so then I'd go across here. What ingredients am I talking about? I'm talking about the flour, baking powder, and salt, and the equipment is a large bowl. Okay, and then I would work my way down the list. Now, You can combine tasks together like we did here, okay, with the heating the oven and collecting ingredients. You can definitely combine the two steps together, and then you're going to work your way down. Now, once you have worked your way down the method of the pizza dough, you then have to start thinking about, well, what are my ingredients, okay? So for your toppings, and down the down the method of the recipe, it says spread or scatter your topping ingredients over the surface of the dough. But you have to consider that you need to actually prepare those ingredients. So if you've got any ingredients that need to be, diced, sliced, chopped, grated, or whatever, then you need to actually add that in, okay, to your plan, to your production plan, work plan. So it becomes quite an informative piece of paperwork, okay, and it is quite detailed. And once you start with the process/task method, then you can then go across each task and then fill in the other bits and pieces of this template. I hope that helps you guys out heaps and that it's not too difficult. I'm going to include an example of a completed work plan that your teachers can use to show you if they would like to, and that will be available to you for you to see. It won't be the same product, obviously, and I wish you all the best. Bye for now.